Good morning. We got NBA drama. Trae Young versus Pat Bev. And this great debate. This is a debate, even though it is online. It is a debate. Backstory. Patrick Beverley said something over the ways of X, formerly known as Twitter, if I'm not mistaken, about basically NBA players playing harder in pickup ball during the off season than in the All-Star game. And Trae Young, responded with, let us speak for ourselves. I think KD even said something as well. And I'm curious to see how not really the fans take it, but like former players, actually have what they feel about this. So you gotta have some former players that actually feel and agree with Trae Young. I know that Nick Young and them Gil Arena and all them gonna have fun with this one right here because not too long ago, Patrick Beverley jumped into what Brandon Jennings was trying to do with the one-on-ones and all that, and everybody was like, "Why?" It had nothing to do with Patrick Beverley, but this is a rage bait. Once you become a creator, for some people, everything is content. So this is Patrick Beverley, in my opinion, throwing out something on Twitter, knowing that it would get recognition. It is the off season, you know what I'm saying, and you know how people feel about the All-Star game right now. So you throw this out there, and whatever happens. You use that for whatever you know what I'm saying, your next whatever it is. So let's hop into it, see what Trae Young had to say, and let's see if I agree with it. Which I do. I solely agree with Trae Young right now. Not to say that Patrick Beverley, his statement was wrong. I'm not saying it was wrong, but at the same time, you were rage baiting for sure. And we always say in a debate, when you talk personal, you start to lose. Well, this is a little different because it started personal. Like, he immediately compared his career, Patrick Beverley, his career to Trae Young. So this is Trae Young's response. So your response have to be, my career. And this is in the realm of basketball. This is the same. Like he played in the NBA, he played in the NBA. This is fair game. We're on fair ground.
You said it. You went to the playoffs 9 times. I've only been to the playoffs 3. You're right. You have 6 more playoff appearances than me. Let's bring up some more facts. You've been to 1 conference finals. I've been to 1 conference finals. What year was that for you? Just another fact, year 9. The year I made it was year 3. Just a fact. You want to know another one? You averaged 7 points and 2 is... I don't even know why I'm doing this.
Man, that's how a lot of people feel about Patrick Beverley. Now, when it comes down to him versus Nick Young or players that haven't played in a while, I was always giving him the benefit of the doubt not because solely on his offensive skills, it's just that he's been playing. Like a guy that hasn't been playing a sport compared to a guy that's been playing a sport on an everyday basis, the guy that's playing a sport on an everyday basis should win. Regardless of skill or not, you've been playing more, your body is used to it. You dig what I'm saying? That was always my stance. But with this one, it's kind of like, bro, I feel like Patrick Beverley was wrong. What you said was right, but like you used it as rage bait and what you caught was Trae Young. You caught KD too, but you ain't really wanna, in my opinion.
Like I'm really not even here to talk about my numbers, but here they are. Let's get into some more facts, actually. You talk about a winner. What have you won? Tell me, what have you won? And don't respond with that, like, sympathy. I won in life, I won in basketball, because you did, man. You made it to the NBA. There's very few many people that can say that. But at the same time, bro, it's levels to this shit.
You make good choices. It's a trait that runs deep.
It's different timetables, I get it. You're a little bit later into your career. I was 19, about to be 20, going into my rookie season. Do you want to know your age going into your rookie season? You were 24 your first year in the NBA. So you talking about uncomfortable. Man, you don't know what uncomfortable is. You talk about winning and impact winning and all these things. You've been on some teams with some big time players. How about I go through a list of these guys? LeBron, Giannis, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Ant-Man, Cat. And we're not even gonna talk about how we celebrate play-in wins. I win play-in games on the road and I'm ready to get to the playoffs. You win play-in games at home and you standing on the scores table acting like it's a championship.
True, but let's get it. The point of it is about the play-in shit. Is if it wasn't a play-in, neither one of y'all would have made it that year. If it was how it used to be, neither one of you would have made it that year. Because I think every time Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks been in the play-in, they've been like the 9 or 10th seed. And I think that Minnesota team was like a 9 or 10 seed, if I'm not mistaken.
We celebrate wins different too. But let me get back to these guys. You've had some great teammates over these years that you've only been able to make the conference finals with because your impact was that strong. One time, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Sweet Lemon Pepper Lou, and Dwight Howard. I can go on and on. Them is just the Hall of Famers in one conference finals, to show for it. Your impact for winning was very strong, huh? And this ain't no shot again to them guys because I know from being in my shoes, I know how hard it is to win in this league. I know how much luck you have to have on your side to win at a high level and go play into June, like you said, because you play in June every year, huh? You've been able to play with all these guys, and you talk about impact winning. Where was your real impact in winning? I know you were labeled as a tough defender, a great defender, and the accolades say that you were. But I promise you, anytime you was on the court with me, I was never scared of you. I was never scared of Patty Bev. I promise you. And as you can tell, Patty don't scare me now. And also, let me clarify my tweet for you, since you want to do it this way. Relax. Let us speak for ourselves. It's simply just that. Let us speak for ourselves. Some of us have different opinions than others. But if you have somebody who's a non-All-Star, who's never been to the All-Star game, never even had a chance, or even felt like he had a chance when he was playing in this league, say that the guys who are All-Stars take the game for granted when we playing. I can't speak for every All-Star that's been there. I can only speak for myself. And I just wanted to let you know that you need to relax because not every All-Star that's played in the game or plays in the game wants to play the way we do or wants to see the type of performances that we've had. So when I say let us speak for ourselves, I mean just that, Patty. Let the All-Stars speak about us. Let the All-Stars speak about the game. Everybody has an opinion. You have an opinion, but just don't be disrespectful, especially coming from somebody who's been in the game, who's been carried by a lot of All-Stars.
Yeah. I put it like this, bro. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I felt like Patrick Beverley, what he said was true. The All-Star game is trash. But you rage baited. You basically threw out, like I said, you actually threw out a line to see who would actually, you know what I'm saying, take the bait. And Trae Young sending out that tweet like, relax, let us speak for ourselves, was all you needed for us to go down this rabbit hole, in my opinion. And you had to know that because even in your, I seen your video as well on a pod when you was talking about, well, you know, they gonna come for, you wasn't an offensive player or you didn't make the All-Star game on a regular basis and this, that, and the third. Like I feel like Trae Young right in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, as fans, we can say we don't like the All-Star game. That shit trash. They don't put no effort towards it. They not playing hard. We want to see a better product on the court. You know what I'm saying? As a former player and now a part of the media, I think you just went about it the wrong way. I think instead of throwing out a tweet and getting a rage bait, how about, you know what I'm saying, inviting somebody on the pod actually and having, you know what I'm saying, that dialect, not a dialect, but that dialogue that could, you know what I'm saying, give out some ideas or give out some true insight about, you know what I'm saying, the process of All-Star game, All-Star weekend. You know what I'm saying? Is it more of a vacation, or are we trying to put on a show for these fans that come out here and support the NBA every year? So that's just my opinion.
A lot of these wins that you say you've had, being a winning player in the NBA, a lot of those wins, basically every single one of those wins, you were being carried by an all-star, if not two at the same time. So for me, I just took offense that you could even come out and even say that we take the game for granted because of what you see on 1-2 hours on a Sunday night as a fan watching the game. I'm just disappointed as an NBA brother of yours that you would come out and say something like that.